Yeah, there's still no rust. Okay. That's fine. Okay, so we're up to number of islands and then rotting oranges. That sounds wonderful. And then if there's time, I'll keep going with week 5. There's a total of 8 weeks, so we have plenty of stuff to get through. And then I got to remember to actually edit these down for YouTube at some point. I keep forgetting to do that. All right, so grind 75, week 4, number 7, number of islands, which is number 200 on Leetcode. Given an M by N 2D binary grid, which represents a map of 1's land and 0's water, return the number of islands. An island is surrounded by water and is formed by connecting adjacent lands horizontally or vertically. You may assume all 4 edges of the grid are all surrounded by water. All right, so it's horizontally or vertically. And this is a problem very similar to ones we've seen in Advent of Code. So I don't think this should present too much of a problem for us. Yeah, we're at number 200 here, so 02. There we go. So lib, like that, 0200, number of islands. Number of islands. Okay. Save that. Generate the module. Go to it. Pubstruct solution. Boom. And we're just going to return 0 and get everything to compile. Let's get bacon going. And run our tests. Okay, good. Let's put in the tests. Do we have it? We have 1 test. That's it? That's all. Oh, we got 2. Okay. So this is the first one. Test mod, test, ex1. We're expecting an output of 1. Solution, num, islands, vec, bang. This, I guess we can do that. And then here we can just go vec, bang. Oh, we're doing vec of chars, and we can't do chars like this in Rust. So that's going to be interesting for quote to tick. Can I do that? I can't do that. Let's try this. For actually, it's what dot comma plus 3 s quote tick g there, and I have to close the paren there. There we go. Okay. Now we're nicely formatted. And then we can do this grid as well. For example, 2. Test, boom, ex2. Can I just copy this, paste it here? The output should be 3. And then I'm going to get it wrong, right? If I try to update it by hand, I'm going to do it anyway. All these are 0s. That's a 0. There's a 1 here. And a 1 here. And a 1 here. Yeah. Okay. Good enough. These tests should fail. Right? Because we're expecting 1, we're getting 0 both times. Okay. So, yeah, we've seen these how many times on Advent of Code where we have to basically just look. What we can do, and the way I solve these in Advent of Code is just with a loop, which picks an island and starts from there, and then finds all of its neighbors, and then when it runs out of entries, it goes to the next island. So we can do this: use standard collections hash set for line and grid iter row, and for call character in line iter enumerate if ch is equal to 1, then set new. Then we're going to say map insert row call. And just for sanity check, collections with an S. Ooh, why can't I do this? Oh, like that. There we go. Expected I32, yeah, I forgot we got to return 0. Actually, what we can do is return map len as I32. So 7 for that one and 9 for that one. So that might be right. 3, oh no. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. Whoops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There should be 7 for this example 2. Oh yeah, 7 for example 2, and I got them backwards. And 9 for example 1. Perfect. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is going to say while not map is empty. We're going to pull one off as a starting point. Let point equal map.iter.next.unwrap. Oh yeah, so we can do it better than that. We can say while let some point equal to map iter next. Oh, and then we need to have a count of number of islands. So we'll just say island count. And we'll set it to an I32 so we can just return it. I wonder if it'll infer the type. Let's find out. So now that we have a point in the map that's a 1, all we need to do is do the normal directional search. I forget how to do this. Can I put a const dir here, which is an I32 semi-4 of up, down, left, right. So up would be this way, down would be this way, left would be this way, and right would be this way. Okay, so now what we need to do is have a work vector. Vec new, vec bang point, and then while let some p is equal to vec pop, and what we'll do is we'll look at each one. First we're going to increment our island count, and then we're going to look at and remove all of the islands from our map. So map.remove p. I think p is a reference. Yes, it is. Good. Then we're going to look down, up, down, left, right to see if we can find. Is that going to work? Well, we're going to find out. For d and dir, we're going to say position equals point plus d dot 0, p dot 0 dot d dot 0, comma p dot 1 dot plus d dot 1. If, okay, so now that we have our new point, we're going to check to see if it's in the map. If map contains pause, then we're going to push it to our work vector, vec push pause. And that way we can work our way out, removing the pieces of the map as we go. We increment the island count. And is there anything else we need to do? Oh, p.1. We have to fix the compilation error is what we need to do. Oh, these are U sizes. All right, I got to make these all I32s. So we can add and subtract and not worry about negative numbers. Expected reference to I32. Oh, point like that. There we go. Once you put the right stars and the right ampersands around, that's how you get things to work in Rust. Just sprinkle them around like seasoning. Okay. So yeah, so you can just throw in the dir like that, and then you can just refer to it as self-dir, and it all just works. Great. Let's see if this solves the problem. It's kind of a little cheaty because I'm making basically a copy of the grid. It would be nice to work directly on the grid and have it just, you know, space complexity O of 1 instead of O of 2. Let's see if this works. And if this fails, then we have a new test case. Oh, it worked. It beats 36% of other solutions in terms of speed, and in terms of, oh no, in terms of memory, and in terms of runtime, it's very slow. All right. And of course, we need to look at the fastest solution and see what it does. It just does a DFS recursively. Okay. Yeah, and then it mutates the vector as it goes through everything. Yeah, and this way it doesn't make a copy of the grid, right? Mr. Advor says hello from Russia. Hello. Welcome. We don't need this one anymore, right? All right, so that's this one done. Number of islands is complete. Let's check in with Clippy. Clippy likes it. Oop, what did I do? Oh, I added a blank line. That's right. Git. So the other things I wanted to take away from that, LCO200. I just want to remind myself that you can just throw in a global constant or a struct-wide constant and refer to it self-dir, and this will infer the type of the value based on the return type here, given that it's returning an I32. So it doesn't assume it's going to be usize and then complain. It just says, oh, you want to return a usize an I32, therefore this must be an I32. Very good. Git add source, git, oops. That's right, it runs through all the tests and everything. Oh, not here. In the commit. Commit -m, problem 200, number of islands. Oh, I guess I don't have the hook set up for this. That's fine. I'm not going to worry about it. I run the tests all the time anyway.